What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Journey Podcast. And today I want to talk about the best certifications that you can get for online coaching in 2022. Now, these are certifications that I have taken myself, and there's also certifications that I have heard about and gotten word about. But I want to advise you guys, if you guys are looking into a career into fitness, what to expect when taking these certifications and how they will actually transfer over into an online business. Now, the first step that you guys need to consider is, what do you guys plan to do with your career? This is a really important question to ask yourself because it is going to determine the direction in which you take these certifications. If you want to go in person and work as an in-person trainer, there's different certifications that you would take than if you were to go, say, online and work for yourself. Now, the first thing I want to say is that if you want to work for yourself and your goal is to start your own business, there really is no certification that's going to get you prepared for that. That's really just going to come down to hiring mentors and getting experience yourself. You're just going to have to throw yourself in the flames. Now, we at PTBI can help you with this, and we can talk about that later at the end of this call. But for the most part, just understand that starting an online business and getting a certification has no crossover whatsoever. The certification is not going to help you start a business. But if your goal is to go in person, a certification can definitely help you when getting a job. Now, let's talk about that for a second. I have taken two certifications. I have taken NASM and I have taken ISSA. Now, these are two certifications that have helped with in-person training, but here is the caveat. I personally did not want to go the in-person training route. I never wanted to work for a gym. I wanted to start my own business. And so what I learned inside the NASM certification and what I learned inside the ISSA certification really didn't apply to what I was doing in online. Those certifications are really, really great if you want to go get a job in person, but they don't really carry over into online coaching whatsoever. So now, out of the two, I actually did recommend the ISSA certification simply because I believe that the ISSA certification is geared more towards sports performance and more towards, strength training, whereas NASM I feel was more geared towards, helping people with their balance and overall just movement, which is good too. But you can definitely tell it was geared towards an older, untrained population. Whereas if you want to be a more specialized coach, work with younger athletes and athletes who want to push, then I definitely recommend the ISSA certification in that aspect. Now, like I mentioned, the certification is not going to help you start your business. What it will do is it will help you get a job at a gym. But there's there's pros and cons to going to get a job at a gym, right? You got to work for somebody else. You got to generate your own leads. You got to make your own sales. And the gym takes a huge, huge pay cut. I'll be honest, guys, I've never met an in-person trainer that lasts longer than 2 to 3 years at a time at a gym, because the work is really brutal. The churn rate on personal trainers are extremely high, and there's just not a lot of return on, fulfillment when you're working as a trainer in person at a gym. Now, there is a lot of fulfillment that comes from being a trainer, just in general. But most times the longevity of being a coach or being a trainer comes from starting your own business, having your own practice, having your own clients, and fully being rewarded for the work that you put in. Now, like I mentioned, there really is no certification that's going to help you start a business, but some certifications that I have taken that really apply into online coaching are two. Number one is precision nutrition. This is a nutrition course, but I found it extremely helpful because it also talks about the psychology of coaching and how to create a stronger relationship with your coach client, or a stronger coach client relationship through communication. The reason why I loved precision nutrition is because it taught you how to actually coach when it comes to training people on their habits. So instead of just, correcting movement patterns in the gym, it really talks about making a deep change to their core habits deep down, which I found that extremely valuable as to add to my skill set as a coach. Now, did precision nutrition help me go get a job at a gym? No, it did not, but it did much more than that because it really helped me understand how I can be a better coach. And so for that reason, I really, really recommend that as a certification to get. The other certification is not an accredited certification. I actually don't even know if it is still around, but if you can find something like this, then definitely pull the trigger on that. I took this a certification called FOCA, which is short for Fitness Online Coaching Academy. And what it did is it taught me how to coach online. Now, again, this did not teach me how to get a job and did not help me get a job whatsoever, but it did teach me skills on how to become an online coach, which I was directly able to apply into my actual coaching business. It made me a better coach and it taught me how to coach clients online. And that was directly applicable to the work that I was doing in my online coaching business. So there's a couple different routes that you can go. If you're going to go in person, I definitely recommend checking the pros and cons out with training in person. I'll actually even do a separate video talking about those pros and cons. But the certifications that will help you there is ISSA and NASM. I personally recommend ISSA just because it's a little bit more applicable to younger athletes who want to perform. But at the same time, it didn't really apply into, my own coaching business. I didn't really need those certifications to start my coaching business. And the other certifications, which is precision nutrition and FOCA, those were really good certifications because they taught me how to be a better coach and they actually provided skill sets that I was able to use in my coaching business. However, again, it did not teach me how to start a coaching business. So if your goal is to start a coaching business and you want the freedom to be able to travel around the world, coach clients wherever you go, and do it all from a laptop, we started a program called PTBI, which is short for the Personal Trainers Business Incubator. And what we do is we work with coaches and we help them start a coaching business. Now, do you need a certification to start a coaching business? No, you actually don't. The reason is because certifications are really only there for you to go get jobs at a gym, but they're not necessarily required for you to start a business. Now, just a little disclaimer, I do recommend that people get certified. I do recommend that people have the qualifications, but just understand that getting certified does not guarantee success with online coaching, right? There is a framework to succeed with online coaching. If you guys are interested in learning more about that framework, I recommend checking out the link down below. You can apply to learn more about our program. We can help you start your business. We can talk about what that looks like. But for the meantime, guys, definitely do your research on what certifications are going to be best for you. I personally recommend precision nutrition. If you can find a program like FOCA that's going to help you, take skills and apply it into your coaching business, that is going to be worth the investment. But with that being said, guys, hope you guys gain a lot from this, and we'll catch you in the next one. Peace.